What is going on, YouTube? It is Brett here, coming at you guys with another commentary video, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a commentary about my first ever fight. This is going to be a really interesting story. So the funniest thing that I would say is about the story is going to be the fact that it actually took place in a private Christian school. And a lot of people think that schools like that are perfect, everyone behaves themselves. Well, I'm here to tell you today that is not the case at all. So the only difference between a public school and a private school is the education. The kids act the same, and most of the kids that are there would like to be in a public school, but they're there because their parents make them go there, so they can't really go to a public school. So basically, guys, when I first moved to Florida, I went to a public school, public middle school, and when I first got there, you know, everyone already had their own clique. I got there like halfway through the school year, and that's like the worst time to go to school. So it wasn't a good start for me, to say the least. And I tried to make friends and I tried to talk to people, but I just really never made any friends. And I got bullied on the bus ride from school, and in art class I got bullied, and it was bad. And so I didn't really want to go to school there anymore. I was sick of the public school, and I thought that a private school would be a lot better. So I ended up going to a private Christian school, which I had no problem with at the time. But I quickly realized that there is absolutely no difference other than the education. So, it was at lunchtime, and there was a kid that is always kind of mean to me. Like, he thinks he's really cool, but he's actually kind of short, and he doesn't, you know, he looks kind of weird, and he's not the most desirable person, right? And he thought he was really cool. No one else did. No one really liked him there. But he decided that he was going to try to take my pencil that day at lunch. So he took my pencil, and I didn't care. You know what? I was eating, I was talking to a few buddies of mine. He thought it was really cool because he took my pencil and ran off. I don't know what kind of immaturity was going on through his mind, but I didn't care at the time. So I got into class after lunch, and I realized, hey, I don't have my pencil, what the heck? Oh, and then I remembered, you know, well, that little faggot at lunch took it. So I went over to his desk in the middle of class. You know, the teacher was turned around talking and writing on the board. It was math class. And I went over there and I was like, hey man, I need my pencil that you took earlier, and I need something to write with. And he was like, no, it's my pencil now, finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And that's exactly what he said. It was incredible. And this was 7th grade. That's actually really surprising that a kid was that immature in 7th grade. But he wouldn't give me my pencil, right? And he was using it, like he was using my pencil to do his work. So I took it out of his hand, turned around, started walking down the aisle, because in between the desks there's like little aisles, you know, I'm sure a lot of schools are set up like that. And he got up out of his desk and punched me, like sucker punched me from behind. You know, he swung his fist, hit me right in the side of the head, kind of on my cheekbone, and it was swollen, it was bleeding, it was really badly bruised. Like the entire side of my face was bruised because this kid got a clean shot on me. Like I was turned around walking away, and this fool gets up from his desk and he decides to hit me while I'm turned around. It was a bad mistake. So I just got hit really hard. I didn't know what happened. I turned around and see that little queer sitting there, and I threw him over two sets of desks. Okay, so there was no one sitting in those desks. They were just kind of extra. But I picked him up and just flung him over the desks. And then the kid's laying there crying. I turn around, the math teacher is like, what just happened? And everyone is staring at me like I'm the bad guy, as if no one else saw him hit me from behind. And it was ridiculous. And then I started getting picked on, and people started calling me a bully and stuff because I hurt a kid that was smaller than me. And I really didn't even hurt him. I just threw him over a few desks, and since he's a pussy, he started crying. I wasn't crying, and my face was bleeding, and it was all swollen up. So who's the real bully here? I don't get it. So after that, my math teacher was like, go to the office. He sent us both to the office. The kid got up off the ground from crying. There was like 4 desks tipped over, so it looked like something had just gone on there. Something did just go on there. So we both got up and had to go to the office, and our principal was lost, to say the least. He was delusional. So I get in the office, and this kid's sitting here, he's sitting there crying like an idiot. I'm sitting here bleeding. I had to get a paper towel and like cover my face, and it did hurt pretty bad. Of course, if you know you have something like that on your face, you get hit in the face like that, it is gonna hurt a little bit. But he was sitting in the office crying, and the principal looks at me and he goes, you should forgive him. Look how bad he feels. He feels bad about what he did. And I was like, what? And I gave the principal the business, man. I started getting really heated, And then the principal called his mom but did not call my mom, and he was like, your son's crying, come pick him up from school. But the principal did not call my mom, okay? And my mom was really mad about that, because both parents should be called if kids get in a fight, but they did not call my mom. They kept me in the office until the end of school, and the guy just gave me a lecture all day talking about how, you know, I did the wrong thing and I shouldn't have done anything back, and that, you know, I should feel sorry, and that, you know, I should accept his apology because he feels so bad about it. He thought he felt bad about it because he was sitting there crying, right? Like, he was crying because he felt really bad about what he just did. No, in reality, he's sitting there crying because he can't take any kind of pain, and he got thrown over a few desks. That's why he was sitting there crying. My mom was heated, I was heated, and after that, I left that school. That day, that was the last day at my school. And I texted a few people that I used to know there, and they were saying like I was in the wrong for doing it. It was retarded, to say the least. I don't talk to anyone who went to that school anymore, and I'm pretty happy about that. So from there, that is when I like left school and I had to start doing virtual school. But I am going back to school in about 10 days. I'm really excited for that, and I can't wait to start that series that I talked about. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like rating below, subscribe if you're new, and peace out, guys. Have a wonderful day.